Bitcoin is slap bang on the 200-day MA, which in history of every bull market I've been in and before has been the top of the dead cat bounce. But can this time be different? Can we spend some time above it? And what am I personally doing? And jumping straight into the charts, let's look at Bitcoin first of all to figure out what on earth is going on. 80,700. We were at 82,800. And we're basically bouncing between the 80 and the 82. Now, what I see right now that makes me feel a little bit bullish, and the reason why I'm not currently closing my trade, even though I am a bear market bear, is because we are magnetized to the top of this bear flag. You see, normally at the top of the bear flags, right, the one we saw previously, we get rejected sharply, rejected sharply, rejected sharply, rejected sharply until we lose the support. Same for up until this point, really, until approximately middle of April. Since then, we have not been rejected sharply to the bottom of the bear flag. Remember, down here, the bottom of this bear flag in this region is exactly where I opened this trade, which I have closed more than 2/3 of the trade already, giving me my $20,000 to $30,000 of profit I wanted for last month. But the reason I haven't closed the entire trade is what's going on right now is interesting. It seems like the bulls are actually in power right now, and Bitcoin is right on the 200-day MA. So I know a lot of people are talking about this. Whether you're bullish or bearish, we cannot ignore the history of what Bitcoin has done. So if we turn all of this nonsense off and we just look at this purple line, you can see back here, 2022 was the previous bear market for anyone who wasn't there. Before that, 2018 was the bear market. Before that, the first time I realized that in fact, number does not always go up. Number does in fact go down. But this taught me such an important lesson that of course we'll yap about in a second. But if we even go all the way back, we zoom all the way back to the distant past, 2014. God, imagine you were buying at the very top of the bull market in 2014 and you bought Bitcoin for $1,250. You bought it slap bang at the top. Within a few months, you would have been down 85%. But you know what happened after that. But let's take a look at the purple line, right? You can see right here, we came all the way up to get rejected in June. June of the bear market year prior to the high. So in 2014, it happened. And did we manage to spend some time above briefly? Yes, look at this. You can see for about a week here, 10 days we spent above it. We came down, we bounced again, and we spent approximately 22 days, all around the June, July time before capitulating into October and reaching the lows sometime after that. Now let's fast forward to my first bull run where I thought I was an absolute genius. I was like, well, I never need to work a day in my life again. We can get bottles every time we go out to the club, and I am a G. Well, that only lasted maybe 6 months, and then I lost everything. Went lower than my initial investment, but that's okay because we learn. But let's learn from the 200-day MA. We came down briefly below it in February, and then up to early March, we came above it briefly, only to lose it and get rejected exactly May 2018. Capitulation down to June, a attempt at July, and then capitulation all the way down into September, October, November, the end of the bear market. Well, the down period of the bear market, which a lot of people confuse, right? People think, okay, well, from here to here, it took 1,000 days, approximately 3 years to go to new highs. However, the down periods only last 1 year. And this is the thing that people forget. There's always going to be doom and gloom out. However, the down period only lasts 1 year. So the opportunity is pretty incredible if Bitcoin is in fact the asset that you believe in, like I do, that will recover. If you don't believe it will recover, if you don't believe it's hard money, if you don't believe in Bitcoin, don't buy Bitcoin. And I'll catch you in the next one.